Hi learners, welcome back to DILK. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the most important reactions used for distinguishing different classes of amines, the Hinsberg reaction. This is the reaction with aryl sulfonyl chlorides. Okay, so we will discuss the complete reaction. We will learn what the Hinsberg reaction is, how primary, secondary and tertiary amines behave differently in this reaction, and why this reaction is very useful for identifying and separating different types of amines. Okay, so first we have to know what is Hinsberg's reagent. The reaction using Hinsberg's reagent is Hinsberg reaction. So Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride, C6H5 SO2Cl. This is Hinsberg reagent. It is used to distinguish between primary and secondary amines based on their reaction and solubility behavior. So the sulfur atom in the reagent is highly electrophilic because it is attached to oxygen atoms and chlorine. So the lone pairs on the nitrogen atom of amine attacks the sulfur atom and replace the chlorine. Why the sulfur atom in the reagent is highly electrophilic? Because it is attached to oxygen atoms and chlorine atoms. Because of this, oxygens and chlorine, which are electronegative elements. So now this amine which has lone pairs on the nitrogen atom, it can come and attack the sulfur atom of this Hinsberg's reagent and forms the corresponding product. So when primary amine, what is primary amine? Are NH2. To nitrogen atom, an alkyl group and two hydrogen atoms are attached. So when a primary amine reacts with the Hinsberg reagent, it forms N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. N-alkyl, the alkyl group and the hydrogen atom of nitrogen atom is here. It is preserved and one hydrogen atom is replaced by benzene sulfonamide. So what is the major product of this Hinsberg reaction? For primary amines, it is N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. This product still contains one hydrogen attached to nitrogen, and this hydrogen is acidic due to the strong electron withdrawing nature of the sulfonyl group. To sulfur, there are two oxygen atoms attached. Oxygen atoms are electronegative. So because of that, the hydrogen atom attached to nitrogen, this is highly reactive. It can be easily cleaved. So this is acidic hydrogen atom. So the hydrogen atom is acidic due to the strong electron withdrawing nature of the sulfonyl group. Therefore, in the presence of an alkali like NaOH, KOH, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, this acidic hydrogen is removed and the compound forms a soluble salt, making the product soluble in alkali. So that is reaction of primary amines with Hinsberg's reagent. Okay, what is the product? You will get N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide as the product, and there is an hydrogen atom which is highly acidic because of the strong electron withdrawing nature of the sulfonyl group. Therefore, in the presence of alkalis, this acidic hydrogen is removed and the compound forms a soluble salt, making the product soluble in alkali. Okay, so this product is soluble in alkali because this hydrogen is acidic. Now, in contrast to primary amines, when secondary amines, what is secondary amines? R2NH. There are two alkyl groups attached to nitrogen and one hydrogen atom. So when secondary amines reacts with the Hinsberg's reagent, it forms NN-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. What is the product? NN-dialkene benzene sulfonamide. The nitrogen atom contains two alkyl groups and benzene sulfonamide. There is no hydrogen atom attached to the benzene ring. Since nitrogen now has no hydrogen attached to it, there is no acidic proton available for removal by alkali. So no salt formation occurs and the compound remains insoluble in alkali. Thus, the different solubility behavior of the products formed from primary and secondary amines becomes basis for identification in Hinsberg's test. For primary amines, it will produce N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, which has an acidic hydrogen, so it is soluble in alkali. While in secondary amines, in the product, what is the product? NN-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. It doesn't have an acidic hydrogen, so it is not soluble in alkali. So we can now finally differentiate that Hinsberg test is an important organic chemistry test used to distinguish between primary and secondary amines that we have already seen, and we can use to distinguish from tertiary amines also, because tertiary amines do not undergo this reaction. Why? Because tertiary amines do not have an hydrogen atom. What are tertiary amines? R3N. There are three alkyl groups attached to nitrogen. There is no hydrogen atom attached. So what will happen? the alkyl group, the R3 alkyl groups attached to nitrogen, there is no hydrogen atom. And we know Hinsberg reaction to happen, there should be at least one hydrogen atom, then only the reaction will happen. So because of the absence of hydrogen atom in tertiary amines, it will not undergo Hinsberg reaction. So we can say that primary, secondary and tertiary amines, based on their reaction with the benzenesulphonyl chloride, the Hinsberg's reagent, and the solubility of the product in alkali, we can differentiate between these different types of amines. Why? Because a primary amine reacts with the Hinsberg reagent form N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, which is still contains an acidic hydrogen attached to nitrogen. Because of this acidic hydrogen, the product dissolves in aqueous ammonia or KOH by forming a soluble salt. But a secondary amines which do not have an hydrogen in the product. What is the product? N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide by Hinsberg reaction, and which does not contain an hydrogen or nitrogen. Since there is no acidic proton, it cannot form a soluble salt in alkali and therefore remains insoluble. At the same time, a tertiary amine behaves differently because it does not contain any NH bonds at all. Due to the absence of hydrogen or nitrogen, tertiary amines do not react with the Hinsberg reagent under ordinary conditions. So no sulfonamide product is formed. Therefore, by observing whether the compound dissolves in alkali, remains insoluble or does not react at all, primary, secondary and tertiary amines can be easily identified and separated from a mixture, right? So make sure rewatch this video if needed, practice the concepts, get fully comfortable before moving on.